the spooky music
Of
again.
course. Of course.
Oh
Of course.
no.
So, where we last left Chio in our party, they had been they'd left the party in search of trying to find out more about themselves and flee the potential threats that were closing in around her and her potential new friends. She sought help from an individual in the city known as Yusa, who agreed to help her find more about herself and his construct, but then offered, though, in an exchange. To get this information, he would need to find an item stolen from him farther somewhere in the city. Chio was able to track down this item in the home of the wharf master when their pilfering was interrupted. A dark figure wreaked havoc upon the home, killing innocent, and caught up with Chio. There was a shifting and a feeling of tugging in space, and Chio felt themselves whooshed away to a new location, where they're shrouded in a brief moment of darkness, shifting from the bright light to what seems to be a dark space. And with that, Chio, having your body feeling paralyzed for a moment before the event, you not really wake up, but your eyes start to adjust to the new light. Can you give me a perception check so I can see, well, what you see?
Yay. I even get my character sheet open. Let's
Uh,
see, perception. Perception. Public role. There we go.
there we go. Natural 20 for a
Ooh,
21.
very nice.
As your eyes begin to adjust to the light, you can see around you. It looks to be this room. It's inside. Wooden floors, ceilings, walls. You begin to see bits of what looks like furniture that has been destroyed and tattered and is falling over or broken. You get the sense almost immediately that you're being watched. And after a few moments, you feel like you're able to move your head again. And looking around, assessing your situation, you see in the corner a hooded, robed figure standing, trying to blend with the shadow almost. It's near imperceptible that they're there.
Hmm.
What do you do?
Oh man. um, can I see if there's a door in the room, like while I'm having a look around?
You do. When you look over and see this figure about 2 or 3 feet to their right, you see a door that is shut.
Okay.
A wooden door that is shut.
Can I tell if this figure's like? I take it he's facing me, like looking at me.
To your best guess, with a natural 20, I'd say you can like kind of feel his eyes upon you, and you know that they are looking directly at you.
Okay. Is there anything behind me, like a window or anything like that?
Taking in more of the space, I will say that you gather now that there is a window in the room, but it seems to be blocked out in some way. Like heavy fabric is sitting over it. You see only like the faintest reflection of maybe light pushing against fabric on the
Damn.
opposite wall from the door.
Okay. I suppose I'll try and get myself up. Try and like shake myself out of the miasma that I'm in or whatever.
Sure. As you begin to move and stir, you begin to pick yourself up. And you hear that very familiar voice speaking from the figure in the corner. I understand why you run. But I only wish to study you, Chio. To study my creation. I can keep chasing you, and I can do so forcefully. Or we can be more civil about this.
Civil? The last time you showed me your civilness, you killed 3 of my friends, you freak.
I was merely reminding you of who you are crossing. Now, I ask only merely what I feel owed for my services. If only we could stop this. You see, I am a reasonable man, and you deserve to live the life that fate stole from you. The life I gave back to you. So, we can continue this cat and mouse game. Or, we can prevent further bloodshed, and you can cooperate.
You call yourself reasonable. But you were the one who tore me away from my family after I had just came back. Do you know what that's like? To die, and then to come back and see your family again, and then suddenly be torn away from it again? It's like dying all over again. You call yourself reasonable?
As you say this, he takes a few steps forward, but he doesn't seem aggressive. He almost seems to slunk his shoulders down and try and peer from underneath the cloak to look at you. And seeing him move, part of the cloak pulls back, and you see this pale, gaunt face of an individual. And he looks at you with this yellowed eye and says, "How does it feel, Chio? What do you feel?"
I feel empty.
Empty. In what way? As in, you're missing something, or as if you can't feel it at all?
I don't know how to describe it. Why am I even talking to you? What the hell do you want with me? You want to study me? Is that it? You just want to look and see what I am, figure it out? Well, do it. Get it over and done with, and then leave me alone.
Okay. Good. Finally some good progress. Give me a moment. And he starts to do a slow circle around you, inspecting you, looking at you. You feel incredibly uncomfortable, but he isn't approaching too closely. He seems to be keeping a distance. He looks at you and he begins to ask a few questions. So, touch, sensations. Do you feel the world around you? Do you get the sense of heat or cold?
I'm kind of shutting myself off as much as possible because I'm not it's horrible, but I'm don't feel things per se, but I sense things, I suppose. I can tell if it's cold outside, I can tell if it's hot, but that's it.
Interesting. The soul remembers. What about your memories? Are they intact? Do you know who you were, who you are?
Mostly, yes. I mean, it's a little bit fuzzy towards the end because I was unwell, but yeah, I remember most things.
And emotions. Do you feel joy, pain? Do you have desires?
Desire to get away from you, yes.
Fair enough. That is at least evident. Are there things that make you happy, Chio?
And at that, I kind of like look over. Can I see my bag, actually?
You do. Your bag
Yeah.
is still there by your side.
All right. Can I have a look at my bag and think of, like, stuff that's in my bag, like stink bomb, dress.
You can think about them, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, things make me happy, I suppose.
Good.
I might be made of metal, but that doesn't mean my mind is metal.
But you see, there is no mind per se. You are an interesting and rare creation, Chio. An experiment of mine that went far more successfully than I hoped. Now, I'm satisfied for the moment. If you need, you may go. But I will be in touch, and as long as you respond to me when I request, we can make sure your attachments to this world are left unscathed.
You're threatening me?
A threat would mean that I cared. I simply request what I'm owed.
How will I tell when you need me? Will you do that weird thing you do and talk in my head like an echo chamber?
Exactly.
Alright, but leave my friends out of this. They don't need to know any of this.
Of course.
Just leave them alone.
Of course. They're safe.
Alright. Not really happy about this, but fine. I'm going now. I'll head towards the door.
And as you do, he doesn't pursue or follow you. He stays near the back of the room, just watching you leave. As you reach for the door, he just says, "Goodbye, Chio."
There's nothing good about this. And I'll just walk out.
Okay. The door opens. It is unlocked. As you step into the next room, if you could smell, you would notice an intense odor. Quickly upon leaving, you see two corpses standing and shuffling around the room.
Oh.
But they don't seem to
Ugh.
notice or pay mind to you.
Yeah. Just try and run towards the door as quick as I can. I just want to get out of there.
As you do. And you open the door, and you're back out on the street in bustling sunlight. The street is now active and vibrant, and you realize this is very familiar. You are still in Nicodranus, you think.
Peculiar.
So, from there, what would you like to do? It is still about midday. Is there anywhere you would like to go?
Can I have a quick wee peek in my bag and just make sure that the skull's there, the other glowing orbs there, everything, just kind of have a once over, just make sure I've not lost anything.
Yes, you can. After a few moments of looking through your bag, you do see that everything that you've been looking for is still present.
Okay, that's fine then. I will make my way back over to Yusa's place then.
Okay. So, you start to make your way through the streets, and there seems to be some just passers-by going through their day. The farther away from the house, with Achium, the weight that was on your shoulders and the dread is lifted. With every step, you feel yourself becoming a little bit less afraid, less worried, and more at ease. So, it is day. You begin to make your way through the town. As you do, I need you to make a perception check for me, if you would.
Mm-hmm. Perception. Public.
There.
16.
16. Going through the streets, you are noticing that you are in what was probably you're no longer in the Restless Wharf where you were before. You're now somewhere in the outer portions of the actual city itself, the slum area. As you made your way through, you see that people are starting to get the news that things inside the city seem to be at least calming down. Some of the fear and disappearances have begun to become solved. Information's coming to light that things are maybe safer on the inside of the city, and so people are now moving around more freely. It's not as busy as it was when you first got to the city, but you see that some life is slowly starting to begin again. Making your way a little ways further, you come to the point where you're getting towards the Opal Archways. It's kind of an area you might have to cut across to get over to Yusa's tower. What direction do you feel like you'd want to go? Would you want to head through the Opal Archways? Would you want to cut back through the Restless Wharf where you were before?
Probably want to avoid the Restless Wharf, considering what's just happened. So yeah, probably go through the Opal Archway this time.
Okay. So you do. You continue down through the Opal Archways. Making your way in, you notice there's a heavier guard presence than there was before. Individuals are still trying to bring some sort of semblance of normality back, but people are still a bit scared. As you go through there, you see a number of different shops that are alight and still trying to maintain some kind of business and personality, and a few of them are calling out. A few have a barker out front. An individual actually who is being paid by the city is standing on the corner shouting out, "One disappearance solved! The reckless house is gone!" And you see that he is trying to figure out exactly what to say, because there hasn't been much news in the last few days since it's been quiet. With that, is there anything you'd like to do in this area? It's a wealthier district. Is there anything you'd like to look into?
I don't know if Chio would want anything, like, because he's quite, like, he was set on a mission, and it's very much just kind of like get back and hand over the goods kind of thing.
Sure. Okay. So then without issue, given that it's midday, you make your way through the rest of the Opal Archways and back to Yusa Arenas' tower. Making it to the base, you use your usual response to reach out.
Wensforth, open up!
And Wensforth, seeing you, or at least hearing you, responds, and the door appears in front of you. He opens up and says, "All right then, come on in.
Thank you.
You're only gone for a few moments. Did you get lost?"
No, I went straight there. I have such a story to tell you.
In bad. All right.
I'm still in my toga. I've not changed back.
Still in your toga. He's like, "Oh, all right. One moment. Let me see if he's available." And Wensworth leaves for a moment. After a few short minutes at the base of the tower, you hear him return down the steps and say, "All right. Yeah, he's free and a bit shocked. Come on up."
Bit shocked. Oh, just wait until he finds out what I have in store for him. Follow him up.
Okay. He leads you back into the familiar study that you were in before. And Yusa sits reclined behind his office. He's been looking at a set of books that are open on the desk at the moment. And he looks up at you and gives a smile and says, "You were only gone for, I'd only say, a few hours. Are you?
Yep.
And you were subtle, like I requested?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, what did you find?
Well, I found a big house, and you were right, it was the Restless Wharf Guild that took your shiny thing. I must say they were very cautious about someone coming in and trying to take it. The drawer that the thing was in was booby trapped. But
Really?
I managed to. Yeah, there was some smoky gas came out, maybe like poisonous or something. I don't know. But I managed to sneak in, no problem. They didn't suspect a thing, and yeah, I got this. And then I pull out the skull and then the ball and just hold them up. No problem.
My, that is quite a strange set of events. Yes, please feel free. And he like gestures to his desk so you can put them down there.
Before I hand them over,
Okay.
what is this?
The item itself, I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. I bought the orb there in your hand at an auction. Doing a little study, I found that the orb itself was attached to something else and was able to procure it from somewhere across the sea over to the west, a place called Tal'dori. Took a while to get here, and well, here it is, apparently. I'm not exactly sure what it does. The orb itself had its own set of properties, but I don't know exactly what that does. And he looks at it now, seeing that it's a skull, black skull with gold fringing along the tracing the outlines of the different portions of the skull and the teeth.
Chio's like holding his skull, and he gets the bottom jaw, and he's like, "Mr. Wizard, what are you going to do with me?" Look, it's a puppet.
I'm going to study it. I'm curious what it might bring. Depending on what it is, it could be a useless bauble for all I know. But I would like to understand what it is and what I've paid for at the very least.
Oh, well, hopefully it's not a dud. And then I put it on the table in front of him.
He picks it up, and he picks up the orb, and he holds it kind of above the one eye socket that's not covered by an eye patch. And he just lets it go as the orb gets sucked right into the eye socket. Yep. And he holds it. He goes, interesting. Well, I'll do that later. If I recall, there is a deal that we had struck, correct?
Yep. And potentially a bonus with a book.
That's true. That is true. All right. Well, you wanted to know more about yourself, and you wanted to know a few answers about some of the individuals that were in that book you gave me. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So, let's discuss first this book.
You said I shouldn't have had it, and it was part of some Cobalt I don't even know what the Cobalt Reserve is.
Correct. The Cobalt Reserve is a organization of individuals who seek knowledge to collect, store, and spread its teachings, keeping individuals educated, so to speak, to make sure that our histories are not forgotten and we do not repeat the past. With that, they hold a lot of books that they do tend to hide from the public. You see, they believe some knowledge shouldn't be spread. Of course, anyone in power does, right? They don't want all of the information getting out to everyone, because then their machinations could be known by the masses, and some people don't want their machinations known. So, with that, this book, judging by the seal on its spine, was part of that collection, and someone got out with it. Now,
It wasn't me. I found it. I didn't steal it.
I somewhat believe you. But how you came about it is not the point. The point is, is the book itself holds some hidden knowledge of individuals who practiced necromancy throughout the ages. Now, necromancy is taboo at best in most places. Some outwardly hunt it down to kill it. To my knowledge, there are a few gods that actually seek out ways to end such magics in its entirety. These individuals seem to have been the most prominent at some point in history. Now, the notes are a bit jumbled from what I've gathered. From what I can tell, some might even be in code or ciphers of different kinds, depending on what level of search they were doing. But, to my knowledge, I need to be clear. Was there someone you were looking for in this book?
Well, like I said, there was a necromancer that I dealt with a while ago and still dealing with, it seems. And he was responsible for making me. Apparently I was some experiment that went wild, I suppose. But I want to kind of get away from him. He's not a very nice man. He's killed a few people that I really like, and well, I'm hoping to permanently get rid of him, if you know what I mean.
I can understand. A bit conflicted, as, you know, this individual did give you life when you lost it, and apparently more life than most are afforded upon being brought back by such magics. But about where do you know did that happen? Where were you brought back?
In my family home. I just woke up and I kind of looked around and I was in my bed, but not like me in my bed. I was like this, and my dad was there, and he was just the way he's always been. And then my mother was there, but she was like me. We were very sick, my mother and I, and that's when we passed over, and then we came back and we're both like this. So he did it not just to me, but to my mother as well.
I see. What, sorry, I should be a little more specific. What region of the continent was this?
Oh, sorry. We were in the Rexentrome. Rexentrome up north.
Up north. Farther in Western Wynendeer. Alright, that actually helps. He pulls open the book that he pulls from like a pocket from his wrist that you didn't notice. It just kind of appears, and he places it down. Turning it over, he flips through a few pages and finds an entry. This one's quite old. It talks about a very elderly individual who joined an order in Rexentrum known as the Cerberus Assembly. At the time it was founded, nearly, he wasn't quite prominent, so to speak, but he was a member that was engaging in experimental magics and necromancy. At the time, he went by the name of Meyer Colis. And it seemed that as the Cerberus Assembly was growing and becoming more prominent within the city, they started to oust members that maybe gave them a bad name. And it appears that this Colis individual was one of them. It goes on to say that he disappeared into the hillside nearby, but there's no mention of where he went. Only that he was a studying and practitioner of the art, but that he simply disappeared.
Do you think this could be referring to Akium? Maybe Akium's like a secret name or something like that?
Potentially. I don't know, it seems a little strange for someone just to go changing their name. Maybe a little pretentious, like choosing your own nickname. It's a little weird. But who knows?
The man has a massive ego.
Does he?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Full of himself.
Well, maybe he's the type. So, given that, you might be able to find more information on him in Rexentrum. maybe try and speak with the Soltris Academy there, and maybe they can give you some more information.
Sounds good. That's really helpful. Thank you.
Of course. Well, you were quite prompt, and as far as I can tell, no one's come knocking on my door yet, but it is quite early, as it was only a few moments ago, so we'll see how thorough you were.
To be honest, I don't think anyone's going to come knocking. I made myself a statue.
You... As in, you yourself were the statue, or you built the statue?
Well, do you know what a Trojan horse is? The story of the Trojan horse.
I've never heard of the Trojans. They're an...
It's one of the best bedtime stories my mother ever told me.
Really?
Oh, and then I relay the story about the army sneaking under the horse and there, and then I was like, so basically, I made myself a Trojan horse. They took me straight in. I didn't have to break in. They put me in the lobby, left me alone, and then I was free to roam the house. It was great.
Wow. Creative. They've definitely seen your face. But if they didn't talk to you, they don't know you were working for me, so that works for me.
They thought I was a statue. They don't
Sure.
even know I'm alive.
I mean, I can't argue with that. And you got results, so what else can I ask for? As far as your creation, you wanted to know what type of form you're in.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind, I would like to try something. I don't know how much I can glean from this, but I have a spell that I can cast.
Will it hurt? Will it tickle? Will I feel anything?
It might tickle a little, but it shouldn't hurt.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, bear with me. He stands up. He pulls out a few components from his desk. He traces almost like a dust line in the air as he like sprinkles something, making a symbol with his other hand. And almost like an eye opens up for a moment and then vanishes. You feel this sensation wash over you, which, again, for you is a little strange, having actual feeling for a moment. You feel it wash over your form. And he says, okay. Interesting. Sorry, I haven't examined automatons in any way.
Automahu.
Moving metal machinery. Things that supposedly don't have a soul, but move. Which is kind of my suspicion of what you were, but it appears there's something else going on with your form. I don't know its origin, or what's allowing it to happen. But I can, with that moment, see... Well, what I saw were sort of motes, tendrils of light pouring through and around your body. Sort of like wrapping and interweaving with the metal form that you are in and that you manipulate. What I gather is that it's magical in nature in some way, but there's something else there.
Like something divine?
Potentially. I couldn't sense that with the magic, but it's possible that that's part of the missing piece. But I could at least tell that there is something that is allowing you and the form you're in to work in tandem. Sort of like controlling and allowing you to manipulate your form. Now, what that means for you, I'm not exactly sure. Its origins, I would need to do quite a bit of a more invasive search to maybe get that. But I would be very careful with any such endeavors. But I will say, Chio, that you are very rare, and I don't know if anyone's achieved what you've become in the past.
Yeah, well, by the sounds of it, Akium's pretty keen to keep me on a ball and chain. Suppose he doesn't want a creation like me running about wild, but, people have to have their freedom.
What do you mean by that? Have you spoken with Akium recently?
Can I, look about? And I'm like, well, don't want to tell my friends this because I don't want to get them into any danger or any trouble, but after I stole your skull thing, Akium showed up and wicked me away somewhere, and he's... I don't know. I don't really understand what he wants. He wants to like study me more and keep an eye on me, and I just want away from him. I don't want it to hurt anyone else.
So he's here in the city at the very least. Is that right?
Yeah, he's in the outskirts in a house, and there was 2 corpses walking about inside the house. Like I can only imagine he brought them back and is using them as guards.
That's troubling. Right. Good to know. I will keep an eye on that. Thank you. For now.
You will.
It seems that he at least let you live. Should you need further assistance, I might have more things for you in the future.
I'd be happy to help. You've been more than helpful. Like, you've given me so much information that I didn't know, and yeah, I'd be happy to help again.
And so have you. You've also been quite helpful for me. With that, I have a few things I need to get back to. Keep in touch, won't you, Chio?
I will. Is there any way that I can directly get in touch with you without coming here? Like a fly a pigeon or something? Maybe a trinket I can talk into and talk to you?
I don't normally give these out, but you interest me. And I might need to reach you as well at some point. One moment. And he, not reaching into his wrist pocket or a dimensional pocket in his wrist, he reaches into a drawer in the desk next to him. And he pulls out a small stone. It has a bit of a gem, sort of a bluish gem in the center of it. And he reaches across the table and places it down before you. This is a sending stone. It does go both ways. You can activate it once per day. If for some reason you need to reach me, find out where I am to maybe rendezvous, use this. And I in turn will do the same.
Very cool. Thank you. Pick it up and just how he nosy at it and then put it in my bag.
Of course. Well then, have a good evening. Take care. Winsforth will see you out.
Thank you. And I'm kind of like walking towards the door, and just before I leave, I'm like, actually, one more thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So this might not make any sense because the guy that we found was kind of like rambling, like a madman. But do you know what? Oh, I'm probably gonna say this wrong. Tharandun is?
Do you know what context it was in?
So let me see. He was a cultist. We picked him up. He'd been in a temple. They were trying to summon demons. He was talking about a guy called the Herald, who seems like a bad man. And then he was talking about the end of the world and wanting the end of the world to happen, which seems really weird. And then he just said, Tharastun.
Tharazdun, you say?
Yes.
The chained oblivion.
That's the one.
Yes, that's even more troubling. Chio, you bring a lot of bad news with you.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to.
It's okay. I just just saying it's a lot.
I mean, it might be the ramblings of a madman, but I don't think it is because we killed a couple of demons.
Well, most of those that do follow Tharazdun do go mad. It's kind of a side effect.
Is it a cult then?
Most, yes, who follow are part of a cult of sorts. They're quite secretive. They've been operating for as long as, well, since before the calamity, as far as I know. Most of the time, it's nothing big, right? There's never a great fear or threat from them. Mostly a nuisance, sometimes trying to cause upheavals, but usually being quashed quite effectively and thoroughly. So you say you found a cultist recently.
Yeah.
Okay.
We took him back here and we handed him over to the guard. The poor guy was bet up quite badly. He didn't have any eyes, like someone scooped it out with a spoon.
Well, he could have done that to himself, too, with what he's probably seen.
True.
But you said he's with the god?
Mm-hmm.
Good. It's probably for the best. Thala's doing his bad business. Mostly causes people to go mad. Pure goal is, to my knowledge, the complete obliteration of all that exists into a unified emptiness, usually signified by perpetual darkness.
Yep, that lines up with what the cult guy was saying.
Well,
Sounds delightful.
some people find a strange beauty in that empty unity. I personally want nothing to do with it. So if there is some sort of plot with Tharazdun at the middle of it, I highly suggest that you, well, steer clear. Stay away. It's probably bad news. But who knows? Maybe this world needs someone to stand up to that. There's been a few heroes, now and again, people who seem to stick their nose into people's business, or into the world's business for that matter. Maybe you're one of them. Either way.
Maybe I am.
Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Especially if you're dealing with that.
Thank you again, and yeah, feel free to keep the book. I don't think I need it anymore, and I'll contact you. I'll contact you with this.
Of course. I have an idea how I'm going to get rid of this book, but take care.
See you later.
Wensforth, goodbye. And Wensforth comes, come on.
Trotting down the stairs, Wensforth.
All right.
Wensforth, did you ever consider wearing maroon? I think it would suit you really, really well.
Maroon? I hadn't, but, you know, it might go with my complexion. You're right.
Yeah, my mother's especially got an eye for these things. Remember and contact her.
That's right. I very much will. Thank you so much. You take care.
Have a good day. Bye.
All right, and you leave the Tide Peak Tower. From there, the city sits before you. We're getting, by this point, traveling across the city after everything has happened, we're probably getting close to, I'd say maybe 2 in the afternoon. Still daytime. What would you like to do?
Having just like bumped into Akium and the information about Tharazdun and stuff like that, Chio's kind of thinking to himself he might have a bit of a fight on his hands in the near future. So maybe try and get myself over to like an armory or a blacksmith or something like that. Just see if I can beef up myself and my weapons, I think.
Of course. With that, do you know where there is one?
No.
Okay.
I will stop someone and ask them.
All right. Go ahead and roll like a persuasion check.
Yep. Let's see. Persuasion. Persuasion. Oh, public. Yep. 18.
Nice. Quick question. Are you in your toga still? And do you
yeah, I am.
And do you have anything covering your mouth?
My toga.
Are you pulling the toga up?
Because I know that's totally weird, so I'll just be like...
It freaks some people out, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So with the 18, I'll say pretty quickly, you're able to pull someone aside who very friendly points you down the road a little ways inside the actual open quay. There is, I'm checking to see if there is someone there. It seems like the open quay doesn't quite have anyone, but you are pointed in the direction of the skew, just up to the north. And let me see here. Oh no, sorry. They pointed you over to the Restless Wharf. There it is. I was looking for that one, which is where you had been earlier. And you're pointed over towards a shop known as the Invincible Shield.
Nice. Cool. Right before I go in, I'll change back into my normal gear.
Okay. You take a moment to put your normal clothes on.
Yeah. Cool. I'll head on in then.
All right. Coming inside, you see an individual, a dwarf, who you've seen before, who is of dark, wrinkly skin, black, thick hair with a bushy beard that looks a little bit singed around the bottom edges, a little bit of smoke still kind of curling up from the sides. And he is in the process of hammering down on something on the anvil behind the counter, a little ways in the back.
Cool. Just like, hello, customer.
What? Oh, sorry. Yep, hello, how can I help you?
Hello. I was hoping to maybe get some new weapons, some armor, maybe enchant weapons if you know how to do that. I'm wanting to beef myself up.
Of course. Well, I can throw a few things together. Let's see. Enchantments. We can do some light runes that'll maybe make it hit a bit harder if you need. I have a few bits of armor that might be able to make you a little bit hardier. I guess what type of weapons do you use? What's your favorite of choice?
Oh, am I allowed to pull this out in the shop? I don't want to, seem as if I'm about to attack you.
Yes, of course. Plenty of people pull them out in my shop. It's fine.
Oh, all right. So I bring out the rapier, and I'm like, I've got this, but yeah, I hit things with the pointy end, but I just want to make it a bit more stabby.
Sure. Let's see. With the rapier, and he kind of puts his hands out and to asking you to give it to him.
Yeah, it's fair
He
dues.
takes a look at it. He's like, it's fine enough make. We could probably put a little enchantment on that. Let's see. We can make it a bit sharper and a bit hardier for about 200 gold pieces.
Oh, 200 gold, you say?
You okay?
Oh, wow.
That was a weird sound you made there.
I can't joke, but I think I just did. All right, okay. How about some armor then?
All right. What type of armor are you looking for? Anything that gives you a little bit of extra protection? Are you trying to upscale what you're wearing right now?
Yeah, maybe just something to upgrade what I'm wearing just now. I'm a little bit squishy.
Okay. Let's see here. What type of armor can you wear? Or what type of armor are you looking for, if there's a type that you...
So I think just now I've got leather on.
Okay.
But something that's not going to give me disadvantage for like dash actions, and because obviously being a rogue, want to be a bit quick.
All right, let me pull up here.
My armor class is 12.
Yeah. All right. Trying to see if I can pull up a list here of some things here. I'm gonna do this the old-fashioned way because I have them with me. Sorry, gotta move you, bud.
No worries. How much platinum's in a gold again?
10. Or sorry,
okay.
in a gold. It's all the way around. 10 gold for a platinum.
Okay.
Let me pull up items here. I have the book. Yee. Let's see. That's too far. There we go. Equipment.
Figure out how much that would be.
Armor, leather. To increase your armor, if you wanted just mundane armor, so non-magical, you could increase it by getting studded leather. That would increase it by 1, essentially. So it'd be an armor class of 12 plus your dex mod. And no disadvantage. So if you want to do that, you could.
How much is that?
For that, it goes for 45 gold pieces.
Oh, yeah, let's do that then.
All right. He
So
pulls
that'll be 40, sorry, what was that?
45.
45, so 30. Cool, I'm just changing this over.
Sure. Easily enough, he pulls out a bit of new like studded armor and hands it over to you.
Cool.
And he's like, "We made that a few months ago. It's not magical, but it'll keep you safe in a pinch. A little bit better than what you're wearing now."
Oh, perfect. Thank you very, very much. So if I have 60 platinum, I could do the magic sword.
You got 600 gold on you.
Yep. Do you know what? Yeah, let's just do the rapier as well. Why not?
All right. You made a good choice. Give me it. And he takes it, and he goes into the back, over to the side, and you notice that as he does so, he's like, it'll be an hour or so. I just gotta put this in here. It's a little bit of magic stuff, and it's a trade secret, I'm afraid. So give me a moment.
Okay, no worries. I can come back in an hour.
All right, sounds good. And so he begins to work on it. So, is there anything you'd like to do in that hour, or do you want to just like fast forward through it?
Yeah, just
All right.
time skip.
So, easy enough. You come back hour later, and he pulls it up. It's like, here you go. That's 1 + 1 enchantment. It'll be it'll easier to hit your target, and it'll do just slightly bit more damage. And you have a +1 rapier.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. How do I change that on my sheet?
You can add it to your Roll20 setup.
Yeah. Name, blah, 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 blah. Damage. Where did I put it in?
So in Roll20, let me pull that up here.
So I've got the settings and it's like name, attack type, blah, 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 blah.
Yep. Pull up here. So if you pull up, it's gonna make the screens go weird. There we go. All right, so character sheet. Pull you up here. Chio. There we go. So, yep, with that open, you'll put in so under attack, or the column that says attack where it's checked, next to dex, you'll add a +1 in that 0 there. So just put a 1 there. And then same with the damage portion. You'll put a +1 in that.
Oh, same with the damage as well.
Yep.
So dex does 1. Bink. Perfect. There we go.
Yep.
Excellent.
So you're all set.
Nice.
All right. So it's now getting close to probably closer to 5 o'clock after finding the shop, waiting to get it fixed. Anything else you'd like to do? Or is there any place you'd like to maybe retire to?
Retire to? I'm gonna go back to the spa.
You're gonna go back to the spa.
Yeah, I'll go to the spa because he's had a stressful day sneaking into
Sure.
people's houses, bumping into Yakium.
And as you do, you make your way back to the spa without issue, being a place that you're familiar with and remember quite well.
Nice.
The price in the Opal Archways, pulling that up here. Where did that go? There we go. For the spa itself, in this area, it's about 3 gold pieces. So if you'd like to maintain access there, so just remove another 3 gold pieces, you get the treatment. No one seems to flinch or blink at your strange visage, as you are not their normal clientele, but who are they to shun or spurn anyone willing to use their wares, essentially. Perfect. So, with that, it gets closer to nighttime. What are your thoughts on your friends?
So I know that they were staying at the lavish chateau, and Akium's kind of gave me his word that he's not gonna interfere with them, and I don't trust him, but I kind of like need to take his word for it because what other kind of choice have I got? But it feels better knowing that Yusa is, there and has been helpful and is willing to help as well. So big relief. So he'll head back towards the chateau to try and catch the guys.
All right, that sounds good. Getting farther into the evening, you head back to the lavish chateau, and you are able to make your way inside. Blood welcomes you in, recognize you from the night before, and he, asks if you need anything else, if you need room for the night.
Yeah, a room would be good.
All right. He sets you up with a room. It's a gold piece for the night.
Okay, take that off. Oh, messy splash cash today, I tell you.
I know, you're spending all that cash. And with that, you make your way up to your room, having whatever refreshments you need, and head to sleep. And with that, we are going to go on break, so we can bring the rest of the party in. Thanks, everyone, for hanging in there for the first portion of it. Real quick, just going to shout out a couple of people. Catch Up, thank you for gifting Angus a sub. Thank you so much, dude. Welcome in. Ashen, thank you for resubbing again for another month, and gifting a sub to Alba. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Vit, thank you also for subbing, or gifting a sub to Null Name. Thank you. Tino, enjoy your emotes, your badge, your ad-free viewing. Also,
And
thank
all
you for everyone who's in here.
marvelness that comes with it.
Yes, and all the marvelness that comes with it. Copying Scotty's. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging in there. I'm sorry I don't interact with chat as much. I would love to, and especially like about like how I run my games and stuff. And I saw Gimli's hanging in here. How you doing, man? Quick note is that I set my own economy. People can spend whatever they want, and in the world, you know, the value of things determines, you know, based from world to world. It's not really the same everywhere. So yeah, I've played in games where they're that expensive for 600 gold, and some the economy's not that booming, so it doesn't need to be that expensive. But anyway, for the rest of you, we'll be back here in a few minutes, about 15, and we'll be back with the rest of the party. So we'll see you soon.
Oh no.
Hey, so essentially things didn't go well when I came back from break. We had a bit of a technical difficulty issue with Discord and frame capturing, and things got a little chaotic. So I ended up closing the stream, and we did the recording offline, which will be coming next. There's a lot of edits that'll be happening. My mic was muted the entire time, and so it made for a very awkward video. So I'm going to do some cutting and some editing and see what I can make from it, just to give you guys a gist of what happened as the story progressed. With that, thank you if you continue to watch. I appreciate you sticking around.
I am Big Me. Hi, I'm the new DM. Marble has retired. Welcome to my wacky world.
I wonder if it's still messed up with.
This must be Chio's dream. Of just
Let me see if that does anything.
Fever dream.
No. Okay, let me end that.
Oh, didn't someone share a screen last time to make it?
I did, but because we were missing Chio.
Yeah.
I am the captain now.
I think one of my favorite things on Twitch is seeing people when they're moving their camera around live and everyone just moves about.
Do, 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 do.
Oh, I think it's because Chio's picture is there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Look at that smile. Look how happy I look. Like I said, at this point I thought I had fixed everything, and we recorded offline so that I could put it all together in this video here. And I had forgotten to unmute my mic in OBS, and I had no idea. So the next hour or so of recording, my microphone is muted, and I didn't catch it until we finished. So bear with me. I do a lot of editing, so there isn't going to be as much awkward silences, but I wanted to make sure that the nice and wholesome moments were still caught from the session, and that if anyone does continue through to here, that you do enjoy the rest of the story, and we'll pick back up in the next episode when this is over. Thank you.
Hello.
Oh,
So happy.
Fucking bait and switch.
Still pretty good.
So the party at this point is currently deciding whether or not they went to bed that night. They have all reconvened back at the lavish chateau, and they are deciding where to go from here after a long night.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, it's
I'd
nap
like
nap
to
time.
take a cat nap, please.
I'm
Ah.
gonna take myself away to a room. I've had quite the day and would like to have a pity party in the room by myself. So I'm gonna
I'm.
flop over.
I'll go to my room and I'll pray to. Gosh, I'm sorry, my brain's not functioning. Bahamut, and see if they can help me while I'm sleeping get any information on Chio. If they'll send me any divine messages. I don't have any spells that I can use to do it. I'm praying before I go to sleep and hoping that it could happen.
Just
I'm
before I
still
run,
in
just before I
bed.
run, I'll just say that I'm gonna head to my room, fill up my tankard with some of the beer that's still in my room from the keg that I bought, and then just lay on bed until I fall asleep.
Yeah, just take yourself to my room, write some more material about what happened on the day, and then just flop face first on my pillow, still in my clothes, and just sleep. No blanket, just face first in pillow.
I'm going to sleep. That's all. Yep.
Literally next door. I felt that.
So, who would wake up first?
Me, because I'm probably more well rested than these guys. I'll get myself up, get dressed, and just head downstairs and just sit and just wait because I know they'll be here. I'm just like,
I like to think that I would be. Because usually getting up a little bit early helped, like with the market and stuff like that back in my hometown. So early bird catches
I-
the fish.
could I hide actually? Yeah. I'm gonna wait for them all to come together and be like, so could you give me a description of the chateau downstairs? Mm. 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 Cool. I'll set myself in a private booth then and just kind of like tuck myself in. Stealth. 15.
And first thing I was gonna do, because I think I was up just a little bit before everyone else, I just wanted us to knock on Maple's door and just sort of hear if she's awake. Just be like, hello. So hang on. Try and do this. Maple? You
Hello.
alright?
Hello. Man.
I'm just gonna open the door. But I sort of peek my head round the door, it's sort of like she's got like a bit of privacy and I'm not totally all in invading her space, and I'm like, I'm just popping down for some breakfast. Do you want to come with, or do you want us to bring anything up for you? Or do you want to be left alone?
I'm sat down on the bed and looking very sort of despondent, and sort of just raise my head and go, could you bring my breakfast up, please?
Yeah, what you want?
Whatever. Just anything. I'm good.
I'll get you something nice, pet, it's okay. And I just sort of gently close the door and then just like kind of like half run to kick downstairs as quick as I can, be like, I get it. Oh my god, what am I gonna get? What did she eat? What does she want? Oh, I'll be fine. I'll get. Don't want to buy like some really expensive, moderate. Oh, I'll be fine. I'll just go to the bar. Be okay. Be fine. Yes. No. Good. So I would like some 2 breakfasts, please. I would like just a nice the cheap option just for me, and I guess a cup of green tea if you've got it, and then. Do you have any kind of fancy breakfasts? Is this like it looks like a full English, but it's done in such a way where it's like this looks posh. Okay, cool. So I give a gold. Does that include the tea as well? Oh, can we get 2 teas actually? Oh, amazing! Thank you. So that's that, and then I'll put down. A tip as well. I'm just trying to think 20% in my head. How much silver would that be? I'll put down 3 silver. Cool. So I take like the 2 plates and try and like put like the 2 cups of tea just in between like my armpits, but in such a way where they won't spill. And I'm sort of walking haphazardly just to a nice table, put my stuff down, so I can take the other plate and the other cup of tea to Maple. So I'm sort of like shaking as I'm doing, like, don't drop it, for God's sake, don't drop it.
I'll probably be heading down at this point. If it's been around, I'd say roughly 20 minutes since Bo got up, I'll just be heading downstairs and go and try to order some just bread and water. Nothing fancy. Thank you kindly. And then I'll just sit down and enjoy my breakfast while being in the dining area. If you want to see if I notice, I can. I probably would be kind of vigilant because, I mean, we have been through a lot and we just messed with, one of the, I don't know, most connected people in town. Bread's really good.
I'm gonna head my way over to Merpo's room just to see if she is in need of her lovely chariot to move anywhere at the moment. So I'm just gonna walk on over, just like tap on the door and be like, Merpo, you up?
I'm up. Bo's gone to go get me some breakfast. I'm gonna have it in here. I'm not really the best company at the moment.
Just making sure you didn't need moving anywhere or anything.
Not yet, thank you.
I'll come check on you after breakfast in that case, okay?
Thank you. Get yourself something nice.
So, walk downstairs and just slap my hand on the bar and say, bacon sandwich, black coffee, please. Alright. I'll turn around and I'll see Valdon and think, somewhere to sit, and go and join.
Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning.
I'm still completely and utterly asleep. Yeah.
Having a nice cat nap.
Sounds like
Knock on the door again. Maple, I've got your breakfast and a cup of green tea. It's detoxing, healthy, it's nice, warm.
Thank you. You can come in if you want. I'm fine.
Open the door and I'm just like tentatively just like putting the like food just like on I'm assuming there's some kind of table or a nightstand or something. There we go. There we go. And I go to give you the cup to your feet, and I'm like, I just put the cup down on the nightstand, just going. I'm just gonna have mine because I've got a case of the rumblies, so I'll just leave you to your thing. But yeah, enjoy, and don't worry about paying us back. It's nice, but doesn't it look really pretty? And I sort of like point at the garnish that's been put on as being like.
I look at Bo and even with my inability to read people, can understand that she's really trying so desperately to make me feel better. So I look at her and say, "It looks lovely. Thank you very much. I'm sure the green tea will make me feel a lot better."
Yeah. And then we'll later on we'll go out and I'll get me greens and stuff, and we'll fix your hand, feet, hand things, and you'll be fine. It'll be good. It'll be great. It'll be fine. Totally fine. Totally done it before. Fine. I'm gonna sort of give a shoulder a bit of like a squeeze to try and like reassure her, and then just sort of like half run out the doors, being like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing."
how's the eating gonna work?
That's clean her and that meal.
That's why I'm eating in my room, because I don't know how I'm going to eat and don't particularly want to do that in front of everyone.
Just face first into the plate.
You know, the thought genuinely had crossed my mind of, you know, the side table's probably high enough that I can just sort of lean over and slurp my tea.
Good luck wiping your face.
Oh, I should have gotten a straw. Never mind, that's... Let us know.
Hopefully it's finger food.
It wouldn't help. Crazy night we had, huh? It was a little rough.
It's definitely one way of putting it.
Why did we stay out so late? Gotta get the sleep out of my eyes. Do you think we'll ever find our friend?
I
I do
mean,
hope we do.
How's Bo? Or Miripos? Is she all right?
yeah, she's got her breakfast. She'll be fine. Totally fine.
Totally,
kind
huh?
of- Yeah, I'm just thinking like, and I sort of get out me book about again herbology and stuff, like obviously within Wildemount. I sort of like show it to the guys at the table, and I'm like, so I've been looking through this for like a cure to what's going on with Maple's hand, feet, hand, lots of stuff situation. And I mean, like the ingredients, but I'm gonna be honest, guys. I've not done this before.
Do we know of any clerics that might be in town? If only our cat friend Verloor were here, he might be able to tell us if there was a powerful cleric that could break a curse.
Still asleep.
I mean, the ingredients are simple enough to get, and I'm not scared about not being able to get them. It's just more. I can do spell stuff. That's my thing. I can do my spell stuff. But in terms of like brewing and things, and yeah, I've not really done that before. So there's a first time for everything.
I mean, honestly, she probably couldn't end up any worse.
Hopefully.
You know, the bow's shoulder, just trying to read words on the page and being like, "What the heck is that?"
Is it safe to assume that in the book it's got pictures as well?
So, should that be our goal today? Is go out and try to find these herbs and see if you can manage to concoct this potion?
Yeah, it might be worthwhile trying to find sort of apothecary as well, purely because I might need some more advice. So, actually, do you reckon the wizard dude might have an idea?
The wizard dude probably has quite an idea. He seemed to know a lot. I mean, his building was strange.
I'm just thinking it might be worthwhile, like, if we're, I go and grab the stuff and then go knock on his door and just sort of see if he minds lending a couple of hands in this direction.
Stink bombs.
If you want to go there, I'll go to the arcane shop and see if I can get a spell to break a curse. Because honestly, I believe you need divine energy to counteract what happened. She was steeped in evil. I don't know if a wizard's going to have what we need, but they could. But I feel like it would be easier just to get a spell.
Well, if she needs to go, she'll need a ride. So I'll go and carry her.
We'll find a professional, ask them their professional opinion if it's going to be a case of mixing some herbs together or using a spell, and then we'll let Merpo decide what would be the best course of action.
All I know is our friend Merpo could use a hand right now.
But I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Just kind of like peeking over like the side of the, I don't know, the wee like private area and just watching. Don't know if I can hear them from where I sit.
Roll perception for me.
Let's see, perception. Oh my god, it's a bit. Nah, not much. Kind of like, well, is Little Miss okay? Kind of wee bit worried because they're talking about Merpo. And also I don't see the big cat, so I'm like, where the hell is the big cat as well? I was gonna ask the night before this. Ollie!
And
the
the
night.
small cat.
You small cat. This big cat and small cat. Night before this, I spent the night in the room. Like we shared a room with Vildant. No, sorry. Oh my god, I'm getting my characters mixed up now. Valor, sorry, and Bo. Do I still have the key to that room? Because
I would say yes, you do.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try and sneak upstairs into the room then and see if Big Cat's in there.
I was like, surely we'd notice someone get up and leave.
A strength check?
Stealth?
Oh, stealth, sorry, I thought you said strength. I was like, what? Yeah, let's...
Sorry, did you say perception?
Yeah.
Oh, damn!
I might have
I
spotted
see
you.
nothing.
Oh god. Wow.
All the time.
All right, I didn't see shit. Damn.
I'm just doing cartwheels behind them, they don't see it.
So,
Amazing.
I was going to do something before Chio did that. And I was going to ask the bartender if they had a fresh fish that I could take up to Verlor's room and try and wake him up with the smell. Because I need him up so he can help us navigate. Yeah, I'll talk to the bartender. Do you have any fish, fresh or even cooked? I would just like to purchase one for my friend. He's still asleep and I need to get him up. That's the deal. And I'll give him a few silver because he gave me the free bread and water as well. So, give him a gold and 3 silver. Let's hope I can get the smell out later. And then I'll head upstairs to Verlor's room.
Can I see Vildant, like, can I head up the stairs behind me? Oh, no, I don't see nothing. Big cat. Cool. I'll just pull the key out and just open the door then. I'm just like, oh, don't really want to disturb him if he's sleeping. Just gonna
I'm just
wondering.
like,
Oh, have you got? I'm like, oh. So I kind of like curtains and just run towards the curtains and hide behind the curtains.
Oh my god.
The classic move.
Am I gonna be able to see feet sticking out of the bottom?
Oh
Aw.
yes, please.
the curtains are like really short.
I was
Did you
Yeah.
did
I
you
was
lock the
gonna
door
ask,
behind you,
sorry.
or is it still unlocked?
no, it's unlocked. But Valor, have you got a sheet over you, or or is your wings just like out?
Yeah, my wings are just out. I'm sort of just laying on top of the bed, and the wings are just like.
Okay, Chio's noticed that and went, what? And then just went to the curtains.
There's a lot going on.
They're occasionally like twitching. Yeah, everything's strewn around me because I don't really realise how big they are yet.
Hey, Chio, please roll stealth for me.
Okay. Oh man, I'm a
Jesus.
ninja!
No
Also-
one sees a thing.
Well, one of the
You're
things
a
is
deaf,
I'm
blind
carrying
ninja.
a smelly fresh fish and kind of like holding it out a little way from me and just not paying attention to the room as much as I am Verlor to try to wake him up. But I'll do a perception. I just don't feel like it's. Yeah.
I am
Verlor.
still like dead asleep though, but I can smell the fish. I can smell the fish.
I'll approach Verlor with the fish and like try to get it near his face to wake him up gently and be like, God, sleep with some pants on, would you?
I just roll over so I'm on my back and everything is just out.
Oh god.
Oh, my God. All right. I'll like touch his shoulder, and, like push him a little bit, and put the fish in his face. Like, come on, wake up. We've got things to do. Can't be in bed all day.
With that made me jump because I wasn't expecting anyone to touch me. So I'm gonna like jump as fast as I can out of the bed and battle stance like, what the fuck are you? And I hope I don't hit him with anything.
I brought you breakfast.
Oh,
Verlor, roll an attack roll for me.
oh no!
Well, Dan's getting
Bye-bye.
biffed. Oh,
And this is how he dies.
I have
I
not
just
had
wrap my
enough to drink
arms
for this
around
this
him.
morning.
as that happens, I just put my hands in between the curtains and go shh and go, well, what the hell have we got here? Am I disturbing something, boys?
This is not what it looks like.
What the
Well.
fuck?
I just wanted to get you breakfast and awake. I need help. But Chio?
I just have
What?
one question for you. What the hell are those?
They're my wings!
No, I'm not talking about your wings. What are those? And I point at Valdant's feet because he's wearing the speed shoes that I put the pink bows on. And I am pissed myself laughing because I'm like, I didn't think you would actually wear them. I put those pink bows on for a joke.
Do I have those on? Oh, my.
Yeah, you do.
Have we just ignored that the whole time?
I forgot
Yeah.
about it completely. Looking down.
This is why I read my
Oh.
notes.
Well, I like the embellishment. What can I say? But
Big
Chio,
cat, what
where have you
now?
been?
It's a long story. I'll tell you when we're all together. But Big Cat, what the hell happened to you? Where did the chicken wings come from?
Just an upgrade. I'm still like stark bollock naked. Give me 2 seconds, guys.
Well, let's say curiosity could have killed the cat. He ate demon ichor. And, well,
tasty.
this is the result. Unfortunately for our friend Merpos, not as majestic.
Is little miss okay?
She's got her hands and feet switched currently.
Hands on her feet in her hands.
Yes.
Sounds awful.
Still, just... Okay. Let's go. Verlor, get some clothes on. And we'll meet you downstairs. Eat the fish at your leisure. We've got things to do. I need you to guide us. And then
Okay.
I'll go out and knock on Merpo's door. Merpos?
Hello.
Do you want to come with us to try to get your cure?
Yeah, can you send Sackman up, please?
I can carry you if you'd like. It's up to you. I can get Sackman if you trust him more.
And at that, I'll like pop my head in the door and go, "And I could carry your little miss as well."
Oh yes, Chio's
Where the
back with us.
fuck did you go?
Oh,
Mister.
it's a long story. I'll tell you on the way.
Also, how the hell did you get into Velour's room?
I have a key.
And why were you behind the curtain?
Surprise! Chio surprise!
At this point,
Chio?
I've got my pants on and I've walked out to meet them. Hi, Merpo. Just stick my like huge hand in and wave at her. I've not got my head in or anything.
Marble. Presumably, from a clothing point of view, we would have had multiple outfits that we can pull from. I'm thinking in the fact that I will have had more than one pair of socks.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've put socks over my feet, hands, and my hand feet. Because I need to protect my hands when they're on the floor. Because I still don't know how I'm going to get around. I mean, I'm hoping that Sackman or people will continue to carry me. But I don't want to make the assumption, having had to get used to being on my own and not presuming that people are going to be nice. But also, I don't want people to look at my nasty hand feet, these ones, because it's gross. But completely forgetting, I kind of like reach up, kind of to Chio, not bothered by my hands at all, because I'm just excited that they're back.
Chio's not bothered. Chio's not phased at all either. So it just comes in and picks you up and gives you a big cuddle, big squeeze.
I'd squeeze very hardly back, and then kind of with my hand foot, kind of give him a little clout and go, "Don't do that again."
Oh, I know.
Pointing with a toe.
I know. I'm sorry. I had to do some things and get some answers, and I think we'll be all right.
Okay, but don't do it again. We
Promise.
Okay, and kind of in a very sussy, squinty glare sort of thing, try to look intimidating, knowing that it's just not working at all.
I'm like,
but then smile, and even while all of this mess is going on, I am filled with happiness at Chio's return. Yeah, Chio offered. I'm happy to be carried by Chio. Plus, Chio, as far as I remembered, doesn't smell things.
No.
So having potentially hand feet close to their face is not gonna bother them in the slightest. So it's probably the
Thank you for your consideration.
Sackman and Bo, are you guys still like kind of at the bar, facing the bar kind of way?
Yeah, we're at the table. I've like finished my breakfast. I was been writing notes.
As soon as
while
we were
from
left
the-
alone, I was just like slid up and it was just like, so what's half of that stuff on that page mean?
Because I don't know all about the magical herbs and fungi in Wildemount. So I'm like, so this one, pointing to the picture, and I started just reading, but put my finger next to each word, sort of reading it out. It's got it, and this will help. but potentially because it does X, Y, Z, and I sort of read off like the properties of what it can do, and I'm like, now I start going into how like I might brew a concoction like to help. I drink that and blah 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 blah. I'm like, and that's why I'm writing it down because I don't know what I'm doing.
Totally describing a very pretty star-shaped flower thing that can remove corruption and reverse mutations of some kind. And I really went into detail about this flower that I made up completely for this world for the express purpose of making sure that the party could feel a sense of control and really make something great happen and bring some real resolution to something that was very painful to them. And this whole description is gone. That's fine, because my party listened to the whole thing and definitely took extensive notes on exactly what I said that happened and where to find this flower in the future if they needed it, and hopefully they understand its monetary value and what it's going to be in the future.
Noted, because I've got a very loud keyboard. So, with it being a salve, then it's a case of just sort of like rubbing it on hands and feet. Okay, cool. To rub on hands and feet.
A wee foot rub.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's gonna do that.
Mani pedi. All it is, mani pedi.
Yeah.
Can I get one?
If
your
you
wings.
got one with that, you
Loose things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe not.
With that said,
Maybe
technically,
another day.
I would have to rub it on his wings. If I rubbed it on his hands, would it do anything?
Let's not try it.
Let's not tempt the fate.
Just like skipping down the stairs, I'll get
Boa
Merple on my
Sackman.
back.
A little bit of news. If I could get
Oh.
your attention.
I just sort of go, well, I'm just writing down just from the
Um,
herbology.
I'll look
like,
up straight
yeah.
away because I'm just failing to read Coca-Cola. So I'm just like, yeah, what's up?
Our friend is back.
Hello.
Mhm. Then as soon as I hear Chio, I'm like, and I sort of like in my book, I just sort of go, just rip the page, slightly with my pen. I'm like, what?
How's it going, guys? Nice to see you.
I just run up to Chio and try to go for like a bear hug thing, and then find out that she's actually kind of heavy and kind of pull something in my back. So I'm just like, Chio! Ah!
She's carrying Merpo, so you probably crushed Merpo in that process.
I'm not thinking straight.
Probably got feet to the face.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a mess of a bear hug in that case. But the attempt was there.
I sort of
I'm like-
clumsily walk over and knock my chair over, and I'm just like,
I make the same noises. I'm like,
I sort of like grab your face, going, "Oh my god, you're here! You're actually here! Oh, where have you been? Oh, you silly doofus!" And I like bring it in for like a little squeeze, and I'm like, "Ow, metal, ow!" I'm like, "Oh my god, you're here! Where have you been? Oh, you silly! Don't no!"
I know. I just said it right. Okay, I suppose I should apologize to all of you right now. So I'm very, very sorry, everyone. I didn't want to upset you or startle you or anything, but some stuff happened when we were in the spooky house, and I heard Akium's voice. Oh, I should probably tell you, Akium's he's a necromancer. He's a bad guy. He brought me and my mother back to life, but he's not very nice. He's killed some people before. So I disappeared to try and get some information on him, which I got some information, so we're maybe going to have to take a trip up north at some point. And I went and seen Usa, and he gave me this, and I pull out the wee stone thing, and I went and I became a Trojan horse, and it was so freaking cool. Oh my god, I've always wanted to do it since I was a little boy. And okay, I'm getting too excited, and then I look at Snackman, and I'm like, Snackman, did you touch the ichor? Is your face your butt and your butt your face, and that's why you're still wearing the sack?
No.
Oh,
No,
thank God.
I'm fine.
Okay.
I kept
That's-
away from it.
That's good. No one else touching ichor? Okay, we're good then.
You said someone was trying to hurt you, though.
Yes.
Who and where? I want words.
I and I remember everything about like Akium being in the city and all that kind of stuff, but I don't want to tell them because Akium's promised that he's not going to touch them, he's not going to harm them, but I also don't want them to go after him because then that might make him retaliate. So I'm like, it's just I just hear him in my head every so often, but I might know a way to get rid of him permanently.
I'm not happy. So I can't smash him in the face.
No, you can't.
Chio, what did you do?
What did I do? I didn't do anything. He did it.
Technically, he died.
Yeah. It's not as bad as it seems. It's very pleasant. It's like going for a long nap. No, the only person that knew was Vildant. Yeah, Vildant was the only person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And I've kept it secret since. I haven't talked about it with anyone.
Well,
it's
Allow character
it's a
then.
lot.
You died.
Oh, right, okay. So, let's sit down and I'll tell you everything. So, I'll tell them my full backstory about my mum, myself getting sick, passing away, my dad making the 2 mechanical bodies because he's a master blacksmith, and making a deal with Akium, putting the souls back in, Akium taking me away, and then me meeting the guys.
Damn, Chio, and I kind of reach up and kind of like pat him on the shoulder and go, that sounds really bad, dude. I'm wow.
Well, on the bright side, I found out that I've got some magic sparkly stuff inside me. Some kind of light. We don't know what it is though. It might be magic. It might be, I don't know, something that you might know about, Big Blue. Something from gods. I don't know.
Light's normally pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Would I know anything about it?
Make a religion check for me.
Ooh.
Something divine. Sorry, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, couldn't remember the word.
And be like, all I know, Chio, is that light is quite possibly you as a person. And you are a completely unnatural existence. You shouldn't exist. That necromancer you worked with is extremely powerful.
Yeah, I know. There's a bit of history there, I suppose, and, well, might, like I say, might have to go up north at some point to figure some stuff out. If you guys want to come with me, you're more than welcome. My mother and father are up north as well. I'm sure they would be happy to accommodate us.
To meet them.
I'm
How lovely.
with you, my friend.
Thank you.
I'll go where you go.
Aw,
As long as you don't leave us again, we've got your back. You can trust us.
I promise.
Well, maybe
I
not the
won't.
big cat, but most of us. I'm kidding.
Big Cat's one of my best friends. What y'all talking about?
Does he know that?
Big Cat, you're one of my best friends.
Thank you. It was nice to have you gone.
I take it back.
I sort of bend down into Chio's ear and I'm like, you know, you cried when you left.
I can't believe it.
Did I hear Bo say that? Bear with me.
Oh.
I'm just standing there with my arms crossed, not looking at anyone, sort of acting cool.
Right, well, that's enough about me. Let's see about getting Little Miss sorted.
So
Well,
that's
that's-
the point. Guys, so I found 3 kinds of like herby, flowery stuff. Should be easy to get. So I'm thinking mix it all together, make like a nice little rub, maple, sort of nod towards it. Like we'll have like a little mani-pedi session. Be really nice, you know, chill, you know, do it at your own pace. It'll be fine. I've got nice gentle hands and should be fine. do like a little swapsy. Unless Fowldand wants to use funky spells and stuff.
Funky spells. You're a
What?
spellcaster too.
Would
Yeah, but I'm really excited about making this like salve potion thing because like
Weren't you the one who was concerned on whether or not you would succeed?
now that I've kind of had time to think about stuff, would
Would you
Doesn't
want
matter.
to keep your hands and feet the way they are? I don't get why you would want that.
No. I kind of just sort of drift off as if like I'm half thinking about something and
What?
not sure whether I'm.
Well, anyway, let's just go to the Arcana shop and see what options they have. Maybe
Yeah,
the
well,
plants are more cost effective.
Yeah. It's your choice. We'll do whatever you want to do, and we'll fix it. It'll be fine.
Hey, let's go with what Boa's got before we start messing around with religious people that I
was just gonna look for a scroll of paper for a break curse.
that's all well and good, but I want to give Boa the chance.
Suit yourself.
Gonna make some potions. Druid potions. What was that place? Was it the Arcana shop? Did they sell herby stuff? So was it somewhere totally different? I mean, Merpo, do you trust me enough to make it, or would you rather get something in the sale that someone else has already done? Okay. Kind of want to make my own. Not gonna lie.
Having been very distrustful of other people, I kind of, especially with how Boa's been with all of this and the fact that she reads constantly, I kind of feel more comfortable with Bo at the moment.
Yes, build your own.
I'm gonna trail a little bit behind, kind of feeling dejected that, like, I've had no trust put in me twice so far this morning from Merpo.
Mopo is
Chio-
feeling delicate. Leave Mopo be.
I'll just kind of look at Chio and say, are you okay? Are you okay carrying her still, metal one?
Actually, that might be an idea. Merpo, how comfortable am I to sit on? Do you want Sackman? Because he's more, and I'll look you up and down and go, fleshy.
Would I find Chio uncomfortable?
What if I make like my scarf into like a wee, you know, like a baby carrier, like at the back?
You are not
So it's-
putting me in a papoose. You are not putting me into. I am not going into a papoose.
I am glad I didn't suggest that earlier.
Okay, I'll say to Merpo, you know, are you comfy or do you want to go into Sackman?
That's a papoose.
Why don't I go with Sackman for now, and then if Sackman gets tired, or we can just sort of move me around, but feel free when we stop places to just shove me on a table or a chair or on the floor. You don't have to carry me sort of everywhere. I can. I think we'd spoken in the last session that I could walk a little bit. You know, I couldn't run or do anything quite, but I could. I'm like a toddler that's just learned to walk. So why don't I go with Sackman for now, and then, you know, everybody can take turns at carrying the, you know, the freaky foot hand lady.
Yeah, lovely. So, Maypole, do you want to come with me on this one?
I kind of like toddle over to where the lady is and go, "You ready for this?" And take my sock in my mouth and just go and wiggle my toes. I made the exceptional decision to touch goo from I think we've now discovered a demon. I touched the bad stuff.
That was demon again. Yeah, so I pull out my journal where like I drew pictures of like what I found in the book, and it's of those like 3 plants and like sort of like the theory of how like to make a salve. And I'm like, so I was looking at this, I'm thinking if we do this, blah, 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 and that sort of showed me instructions that I've got, and I'm like, so I'm thinking if I do all that right, it should make a fine salve. I don't believe I do, but I was kind of hoping if I could just borrow some of your bits and pieces, and if you want to supervise, I'm okay. Like I've made some things in my head, but I've never actually done it in practice. I'm just thinking, I've got a herbalism kit. Is that what I need, or do I need more bits and pieces than that? I'm not too sure. Okay, ignore me then. Yeah, I've got all the stuff I need, and I sort of like it's exceptionally clean, never been used. And I'm like, okay.
Would you be willing to trade to bring the price down? I have. Hold on. I very poorly start to try and look through my backpack while glaring at people who kind of potentially may offer to help. I do have a platinum ring.
I have a quick question, if that's okay. Are tabaxi feathers worth anything? I can imagine they're quite rare. Are they worth anything? Yeah? I'm just sort of trying not to hit anything off the shelves, because I imagine it's quite close. No.
I'll pop up from the back. More demon ichor, though he ate it for whatever reason.
I wouldn't recommend it. Doesn't taste very good.
No, but he likes his wings, so he wants to keep them.
I sort of very slowly extend a tip of a wing towards her. You take it from somewhere where it's not going to impact anything? Okay. I'm going to, put my hand out for the closest person to hold my hand.
I suppose I'm metal, so you won't crush my hand, so I'm gonna be like...
And I've, gripped your hand as strongly as I can.
You ever had your eyeballs plucked?
Oh, okay. That's and breathe.
Okay, I think I need to learn.
I have a question. You've insinuated a few times that not everything is that it might be more than just I wave my feet in the air. Hand feet. What did you mean by that? And I kind of bring my hands down and kind of just... Okay. Thank you.
Where do you guys want to brew this stuff, by the way? Just go back to the chateau, or...
What are you going to need to brew? Is it are you going to need the... How about we go to my room to do it. In the
Yeah,
back of my
sounds
head,
good.
thinking that if something worse is going to happen or whatnot, I'd rather not be a spectacle in front of everybody. I'd rather be in the comfort of my of at least a modicum of privacy. Obviously, not bothered about the rest of the guys being there as well.
Get some snacks. Proper like girly night. Oh, yes.
Am I
Early
able
morning.
Am I able to check out the other magic shop to see if they have a scroll of remove curse? Oh,
Can I ask, was the shop that we just visited or the other shop the one with the invisibility potions? The one that Valdant's going to, the Arcana shop, or I think it was. I just maybe want to go and buy another one because it did come in handy that time, sneaking on the ship.
No fart potions.
Oh no, I've still got 2 left. Don't worry.
I don't know
I
what
still
they're
get
called.
twisting palms. Technically, they're bows. I've she just gave them to me, and I was like, ugh. Can I maybe ask her for how much are they again? Before we, I can't remember if I've got the notes on me. 2 seconds. I can maybe have a look back.
You know, in a is it a commerce? Think prices change. So
200 for the necromancy book.
In this economy.
It's okay, I've probably paid for everything.
I've only wrote down the price of the necromancy book. Yeah, I don't have the invisibility potion. Can I so she's just taken one of Valor's wings, sorry. So I'm gonna take the scarf down and be like, I'm kind of weird too. Do you want to take a scratching of some of my metal or something like that for a discount? Take out the cheese grater Mister, thank you. Alright, okay. How much is it for the spell? Potion. Yeah, it did come in handy the last time, so okay, I'll take one then.
well, it's doing
Thank you.
that, and I'm gonna try and head to the other place, but I know I'm a little low on funds, so I'm gonna go up to Valor and be like, put my hand on his shoulder. I thank you for this, and then just grab a feather and pull it out.
I'm gonna be like, because that one was a little close to the spine, you know? And I'm gonna chase you, because I also wanted to go to that shop.
The feathers grow back? Serious question.
We don't know that.
We don't know yet.
Only
Also-
2. I'm sure he's fine.
Also, bad move
like a
pulling pulling
chicken.
the feather now. How is he going to be able to convince someone that it's a real tabaxi feather? Should have waited.
They'll match what's on his back. He's
Yeah, but
chasing
it's not.
after me.
It could have been a chicken, you know, I'm like golden chicken coloured.
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
Gonna sabotage you.
Yes, I am looking to see if you happen to have a scroll of remove curse on hand. Well, I do need it. Unfortunately, I feel like it may be costly. So I was wondering if I could trade either one of my friend here's brand new tabaxi feathers that have some celestial, stuff in them. And if you need me to do anything, maybe I could work for it. And I'll show him the feather I pulled out a little bit before. I just pulled this out of him. He's not happy about it, but whatever.
He got that from the chicken on the street outside. Don't listen to him.
No, I pulled it from him just before I came over here. As you can see, it matches the rest of his wings.
There's a very similar coloured chicken outside your door, man.
Feel free to examine it.
Oh.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
Wow.
Amazing.
Like
That's-
actual.
Oh dear.
This man's gonna be so
Wow.
confused.
Oh, roll 20, you are out to get us.
A chicken feather. It's a chicken feather.
I'll grab Verlore's arm and pull him over here, closer to me. Take a look and compare. Here's the spot I pulled it from. You can see a missing feather. That Yes, I'll put the feather in his hand so you can see it. I'll look over
When
the
he
floor.
said that, I'm just gonna back up as fast as possible and like.
It doesn't even hurt you.
No,
you don't
no,
even
no,
know.
no. We don't know that they grow back. We don't know. I'm gonna like run out the shop. I've forgotten what I wanted to get.
I'm gonna try to grab 2 more. I'm like, it's for our friend.
I've ran as quickly as I can. I'm quick.
I have the boots. Of
I have
speed.
legged it.
Ooh.
Make them roll for it.
I mean, roll for initiative.
Amazing.
Athletics or acrobatics? Oh
Oh.
God! Why are my rolls so shit?
Would it be with
Damn.
you could fly?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna get out of the shop and immediately try and take a running flight. And I think I've got 50 actually. Somehow. I'm out the way.
Lucky, I don't want to waste what I have once a day because I can also fly 30 feet of movement and I can
I
move
can
60
fly
feet.
better. Mine's permanent.
Oh, you've just screwed over your friend. I hope you're happy with that. I'm
I
sorry,
believe
sir,
in both.
and I'll take the feather back. Sorry we couldn't make a deal. I don't have enough coinage to pay the remaining balance, I don't believe. Unfortunately, I do not. So, thank you. Appreciate your time. Have a great day.
Is it like, am I well equipped to flying or am I having a hard time? Nice. I just want to stay. I'm gonna like fly circles over Valton, but out of the way of him. Yeah. Doing
Like
a
a
few barrel
vulture.
I'm
rolls.
just gonna head back to our inn, and I'll tuck the little feather into like a button in my overcoat.
Yeah, I'm just like singing away to myself, being like da 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 da. I was thinking, maybe would it count as a medicine? A roll for medicine? Because medicine, I've got a 4 for that, and then wisdom. I hope this is. So if I roll for wisdom, does that just stick on the side bit with the main strength, dex, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, right? It's also a 4 as well. So it's like, if I roll for wisdom, be +2. Okay, I'll do that one then. So, ba-dam. Oh, there we go.
Excellent.
I'm like, hey, this is. Hey. And I sort of turn him up on a mic, my lovely. Feet, please. And then I'm gonna think, if I get this on my hands, will it actually do anything to me? Like, I'm thinking in my head, should I be wearing gloves for this? So
This might sound weird, but do you want me to apply it? Because I don't think it would affect me.
the only concern is that with your hands, as lovely as they are, kind of pointy and cold, and I kind of want this to be, you know, a
That's true.
nice, chill.
Does anyone know heat
zen
metal?
spa.
Although thinking about it, could I not?
That's
I mean,
not an
I
idea,
still,
Marble.
I still have full use of my hands and feet. Could I not just work it in myself? Because using my feet hands to rub it into my hand feet, I'm 2 birds, 1 stone.
Why don't we, for science, if I give you the salve, but I sort of take like a pinky amount and I sort of stab it on my skin so I can see what the effects would be on non-cursed bodies. Then I can write it down, I know for later. Because worst case scenario, I go to the shop and I'm like, hi, fix it. All good. I want to smell it as well.
I thought,
I'll just scrape that and put that back in there. To let you do your thing, Maple.
okay, I pick it up with my feet hands and begin to work it into my hand feet. And kind of like just massage it through, trying to make sure I cover like every little bit. And then once I've done one hand foot, I'll move to the other hand foot. And then once I've done the hand feet, I will move to the feet hands.
Yay.
I begin to cry because I'm happy that my hands and feet are back together and I'm no longer a freak anymore. And just kind of like an overload of emotion. And kind of turn to bow and I'm like,
It's okay. I'm guessing, do you still, because I know like you're back together, but would you still have like the salve like on you, just
Oh.
chilling there? I'm gonna note that down for later. Is there any left in my little bowl? Because I want to take just a little bit out, and I think I should. In my herbalism kit, will I have like a little glass vial to sort of, yeah, I'm just gonna put a little bit in. Yeah, just for like, I just like, and then I'm sort of like just make a little name tag so I know what it is, and then I'm like, right, okay, then I'm and I'm like, oh, it's okay.
I'm like that to Merpos.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
and quite happily will clap away. Just I don't even care that it's a joke. I'm just happy to be able to actually clap my hands.
Can I quickly relay to the guys the information that I got out of Yusa about the Tharas Dune? Because I actually forgot to tell them about that. Yeah, I'll just say, so, remember a while ago we went to the temple and there was the cultist that we took away and he was kind of rambling and stuff like that? Well, I spoke to Yusa and got some information about Tharas Dune from him. It turns out this Tharas Dune is pretty bad news. It wasn't just ravings of a madman after all. It's pretty much like a doomsday cult. They're trying to bring about the end of the world, and yeah, the summoning the demons is part of it as well. I think whatever's happening here behind the scenes is pretty big.
Why would they want to end the world? They live in it.
It's comforting to them. I don't get it personally, but they want to bring about an endless nothingness for some reason.
I swear, religious nut jobs are so narrow-minded.
You're a religious nut job. What are you talking about?
How dare you?
Tell me I'm wrong, Blue Boy. I
What-
see you at
when
night
have I-
praying to your god on your knees. please help me.
Why are you watching me?
Because I'm always watching. I can't close my eyes. I see you naked. I see you naked.
You weren't meant to tell anyone about that.
I mean, you've seen me naked. You've seen my...
There's nothing to see with you naked.
Excellent. But yeah, there's some bad stuff on the horizon, I think.
Okay.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
Well,
I think we're in the
Thanks
deep
for
end
that,
here.
Chio. Great.
Yeah.
You
Sorry.
can go again.
Bye.
Take that attitude and fuck off.
why?
I'll
So
go
you can
save the
cry
world by
some more?
myself.
You were sad when Chio left.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just gonna look away anywhere but anybody.
Right. Alright, so how do we stop this thing? Do you have any information on that?
I mean, probably the best thing to do is try and find this Herald guy. He seems to be the leader, as far as I know, of the cult. He's the one that's like trying to orchestrate this Tharas Dune, whatever that is. The only thing that I can think of is maybe go and speak to the cult guy again. Maybe get some more answers from him, and maybe pick up a trail and see if we can find this herald.
The one we saved?
Yes, we dropped him off at the guards.
Good a place to start looking as any, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just
sure.
wondering, quickly. The Cobalt Soul, does it have like a base of knowledge in Nicodranus at all? Okay. Because I was wondering whether I could find anything out from them about, well, anything that could help. But there was the guy who came with us, but I don't know where he would be at this point. Was that back in Zadash? I've forgotten at this point. I can't remember his name, I'll be honest. I'm really sorry. Do we remember where where I left him off, or where he went, or? Okay, so we're going in the right direction. I would I would like to talk to him at some point.
Holding.
And what can we help you with?
That's funny. I was just thinking about him. What a
Sounds good.
coincidence.
Yeah.
Plot armor. Oh god.
Wait, what's plot armor?
Well, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching and staying in there with the ridiculousness as I tried to salvage this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I really can't wait to continue the story. I really hope that you enjoy everything that I've been working on here. It's been a big experiment and learning process for me, so if you like it, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, check me out on Twitch, StrayMarble. Yeah, thanks. Take care, everyone.
Nice.